Spring provides context annotation config element. Let us understand what does it do and how should we use it in our Spring application. So first of all, let's know about what does this an element do. The annotation config activates following annotations. Basically, if we are using XML configuration and we want to use Spring annotations, so to enable Spring annotations, we uh, activate them using annotation config in XML configuration. So let's see how many Spring annotations are enabled by annotation config element. So first of all is Spring's required and auto-add annotations are enabled when we use annotation config. JSR 250 annotations such as post construct, pre-destroy and resource annotations, they are also enabled. JAX-WS web service ref annotation, this is also enabled. At the rate EJB annotation, JPA at the rate persistent context and persistence unit annotations. These annotations are enabled when we configure annotation config element in our Spring XML configurations. So in that case, using this element, we can work together with annotations as well as XML configurations. We should know something more that the annotation config does not activate Spring transactional or EJB3 transactional attribute annotation. These annotations are not enabled by annotation config. To activate these annotations, we need to configure TX annotation driven element. Let's know more about it. To activate Spring stereotype annotations such as component, service, repository, controller, these annotations are also not activated by annotation config. We need to configure component scan element in XML configurations to activate it. We can also use component scan annotation at the rate configuration in Java config to activate it. In XML configuration, if we are using XML configuration and we want to use these stereotype annotations in our Spring application, we need to use component scan in XML configuration. And these stereotype annotations are not enabled by annotation config. So in my application, I will show you some Spring annotations that are enabled by annotation config, and we will see that they are working. As we have seen that we can use required, auto-add, post construct, pre-destroy, resource. Let's see in our application. First of all, look into the XML configuration. Write this line, context annotation config. Now we can use those annotations as we have discussed before. In my application, I will show you the demo for post construct, pre-destroy, and resource annotations. Post construct, pre-destroy, and resource annotations. We can see it again from here. We can use required annotation, auto-add annotation, post construct, pre-destroy, resource. So just I will run my application and let's see they are working. What we can do that, just delete it, then see. Let's see what happens. Look, we get the error. It means those annotations are not working. Post construct, pre-destroy, and add the resource. These annotations are not working. Let's see whether can we use stereotype annotations with annotation config. Though annotation config does not enable stereotype annotations. Look into this. First of all, right now code is running. I have a service, location service, and I have configured it here. That's why it's working. If I delete it and use the stereotype annotation, it will not work, because to enable stereotype annotations we have to use component scan element, and that we have not used in our code right now, so it should not work. Yeah, that's it's not working. No bin named location available. Okay, and when we revert back it and configure using XML configuration, it will start working. So what we came to know that we can use Spring annotations such as required, auto add, and JSR 250, post construct, pre destroy, resource, but we cannot use stereotype annotations. For this we have to use component scan element. Okay, thank you.